Good morning, sunshine, and thank you so much for coming back and joining me for part 2 of Color Magic. As you could probably guess, today's color is pink. We're just going to do a brief tutorial how-to application moment with blush. So pink is a color associated with love, harmony, kindness. Specifically today, I'm thinking self-love, self-care, self-appreciation. It's got this soft energy, it's calming, it's very maternal. And although pink is often associated with femininity, I want to be very specific in saying that that should break through the barriers of gender. It's not about just pink is for girls. Pink is for everyone. Pink is for girls, boys, non-binary people, people who identify all over the spectrum. That loving, harmonious, kind energy is for you. It is for everyone. So let's just dig in and put on a little makeup. Alrighty, so first of all, I'm just going to throw on a classic blush application, which I feel is Apples of the Cheeks. Not bringing it up or doing anything crazy with it, just something really simple, like a nice flush of pink. I'm using the Danessa Myricks Luxe Cream Palette. These are amazing. You can use it on your lips, your eyes, your cheeks, anywhere you want. So, this is not my personal pick for how to apply blush, but this is how a lot of people do it, and it's kind of the simplest way. I like to keep at least a finger's worth, or like a finger and a half's worth of space in between my nose and where I apply the blush. So I'm going to start here and apply it like about right here. Boop. Cheeks. Here you have a very fantastic clown aesthetic. I'm going to take a beauty blender and just kind of soften it out. So while I do think that there is like something like youthful and fresh about blush right on the cheeks, I also feel like it draws the energy and attention to my cheeks and the roundness of them, which is not a bad thing. It's just not personally what I want to do. I love the like high fashion, like ching, sort of, those are the ways that I describe where I like to put my blush. What I'm going to do is darken this up a bit so that you can see even more. Just go in with a powder to intensify it a bit, using the Kimchi Chic Thailor blush in Cheeky. I like to kind of go on a little heavy at first and then blend it out. So I always keep a couple different brushes around. I just have one that I use for blending face things. And yeah, just gonna kind of soften that up a bit. The one thing that I do like about blush on the rounds of the cheeks is it gives a little bit more space on the face for a little bronzer, or if you're doing contouring. I don't actually do either of those things all the time, so that's often the nice thing about the higher placed blush, is that I feel like I can just do like a draping of blush and not need any other products except for a little highlighter. So I'm going to throw on some bronzer and just show you what that looks like. Oh, and highlighter too. This is my matte bronzing Essence Beauty Quad. Just gonna go into the lightest shade. I'm gonna try just a touch darker. And going back to my blush brush so that I can just kind of marry those two. With the lighter side of this dual-toned blush. Just a touch. make sure that is soft. And then one of my favorite things to do, always, no matter how I'm applying my blush, is just touch on the tip of the nose. So cute. And when I don't have facial hair obstructing the flow of everything, I will sometimes put a little bit on my chin as well. Now for my favorite, super cheap and super high impact highlighter, the MegaGlo by Wet n Wild. This shade is called Blossom Glow. As you could probably guess, it's got a nice pinky tone to it. Not gonna do a wet brush. Don't need like the crazy highlight today. Just right above the blush and the bronzer. And up a little bit. And into the blush and the bronzer a bit. Just for that fresh, natural glow, darling. Helps me feel good. And a touch on the nose. This is a classic application of blush on the cheeks for a little bit of the youthful glow. Just going to the grocery store, walking the dog, having a simple classic day. By the way, this facial hair situation is so gross. I'm gonna start on the cheekbone, the height of the cheekbone, the high point of the cheek, and blend toward my ear. We're gonna take the blender and just kind of soften that out. Just going to take the shade that we already have and bring it even further up. Little crescent moons of blush on the face. So nice. Sometimes I actually really like, especially like right now I have just this super soft eyeshadow look on. I just threw this on for the video. I like when the blush intersects with the eye makeup, especially if they're very similar colors and you can blend them together. So if you're doing a mauve eye or something that's pink or orangey or whatever, and you want to blend it out, you can just make it blend right into the blush. So I have a little spot right now in between them where they're not touching, which you could throw on highlighter, but I'm gonna just bring the blush all the way in and see how it looks. All of the blush, every bit of it. I'm going to go over this with a powder blush of a similar shade and just kind of intensify it further and then throw on a touch of highlighter. This particular shade is Cheeky. They're all duo blushes. I personally have used them, like I've picked a side and kind of stuck with it, but I'm going to just go ahead and swipe the brush right down the middle today because I really like both of these shades and I want a mixture of each of them. This is my favorite blush brush by BH Cosmetics. It's a number 3. They actually market it as a contour brush, but I find it perfect for blush. I love Intense Blush. It's my absolute favorite. We could have left it the way it was looking before I threw on the powdered blush and it would have read a little bit softer. I am softening out the edges that are closest to my nose now. Just kind of shearing out that pink. With blush this intense, I won't even bother to throw on bronzer. I don't think a contour is necessary. I think that the blush is the statement, and in this look, this is my favorite way to wear blush. We're just gonna bring some glow. Something that I really love that I learned over the summer that can actually look really cool is if you put your highlighter on before your blush and you put the blush on over it, if you're using powdered products, it gives it this nice sort of glow from within, fantasy. It just looks really lovely. I rarely do that just because I'm a creature of habit, but I do really like the way that it looks, so definitely give that a try. Just gonna put a touch of blush on the tip of the nose. I love clowns, by the way. But there's a time and a place. A time and a place. So if you wanted to take this from daytime to nighttime, I know we're not going clubbing anytime soon, but if you're going clubbing in your own living room, having a Zoom call fantasy, I would darken it up just a touch. Give it a little bit more. That's a good thing, by the way. So I'm going to take my Cool Toned Morphe Blush Palette. Unfortunately, when I got this, one of the shades was all broken, but it was a shade I didn't like anyway, so I didn't have them replace it. And the shade is called Queen. It's just in the bottom corner here. Going with this nice, cold, dark pink, and I'm just going to add it on the far edge of my cheekbone. Now we're ready to party. I hope today's video inspired you to play around and figure out what works best for you. Blush, like any other type of makeup application, it really just boils down to what makes you feel good. So if you like blush right on the apples of your cheeks and it makes you feel nice, do it. If you like it up here, do it too. If you like it on your temples and your nose and your chin, like honestly, blush is so good. So wear it wherever you want to wear it. But I just want to leave you today with a little mantra that I wrote about the color pink. Feel free to say it along with me. Otherwise, just take it all in. It is my gift to you. I have all the love that I need within myself, but I am worthy of receiving love from other sources as well. And when I receive this love and it fills my spirit, I radiate it back into the universe for whoever wishes to receive it. May this cycle of love spread far and wide. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thanks again for joining me. I hope to see you on Tuesday for more color magic. Take it easy.
Goodbye.